Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Hope you are having a better Tuesday than me. I've got to go back to the old camera for a little bit. I love my new camera, but I've got to go back to the old webcam because my new camera, I don't know, maybe one of you is super smart. My computer locks up, just hard locks within like 5 or 10 minutes of me using my new camera to try and record something. It's happened like 12 times in the last 2 days. As soon as I try to use it, hard locks my PC and my PC restarts. As soon as I unplug my new camera and go back to my old camera, computer's fine all day, no issues at all. So I don't know, I've got to troubleshoot that and use the old camera here for a little bit. But anyway, sorry, it's gonna be a Tuesday video about Raid Shadow Legends. We've got CVC live, we've got a couple different 10x events going on, we've got a special Fire Night tournament that might be worth doing, and we'll go over everything happening with Razelvarg and all the offers in the shop and everything you need to know as we head into the middle of the week for Raid Shadow Legends. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so take two. I've already done this video before. I was literally recording the video and my camera just hard locked my PC and lost everything. So I was like 15 minutes into all of the, I was like on the final stretch. I was about to say the outro and the video ended. So let's try this again. Okay. First of all, as we head into CVC going on this week, there's going to be two different 10x events going on. You're going to have today for Mortu Macabre, and you're going to have tomorrow for Hegemon. Now, this is super typical. They always do a non-void and a void legendary on the 2 days of CVC. And recently here on the channel, I did a top 50 champions that I predict for live arena as far as like version 1.0 of trying to get a tier list out there based on just kind of what I'm seeing going on in live arena and talking to other players and all of that. Now, you'll see both Mortu Macabre and Hegemon are on this list, but they are vastly different. I've got Mortu Macabre way up there towards the like the top row, and I've got Hegemon down here on the bottom row. I think Hegemon has been slowly kind of getting phased out, and I think Mortu is a really fun damage dealer to have in the arena, especially in the live arena context, because he kind of like puts the other team on a ticking clock because he sits there, he's tanky, he's in stone skin, and he's gonna peril and just basically kill whoever he wants, and they can't be revived. So he is a lot of fun. He's gonna be terrorizing the mid tiers of a live arena for sure. So if I had to pick one between Mortu Macabre and Hegemon, and I could only have one on my account, I would definitely lean towards today's 10x event and be going for Mortu Macabre. But in general, I don't think you should really be prioritizing YOLOing for these 10x's that are going to be happening with CVC. We've got Razelvarg starting here in a couple days on Thursday, so I would probably hold off and kind of wait and see what kind of craziness is going to be going on this week for the Razelvarg fusion. And speaking of that, I am flopped on over to the test server right now. As of like an hour or two ago, Plarium was letting us officially talk about the contents on the test server. And the main thing that I want to look at is seeing the Fusion champion in game right here with Razelvarg up on the top middle. We can finally see the base stats. So, super squishy. It looks like 15k HP and then 1000 defense. It's a little bit squishy, but he is a speed demon. He's got 110 base speed and this super cool passive that can increase his speed. So I need to do some testing. I need to figure out exactly what his multipliers are, because that'll be a big determining factor in how impactful the snowball is of his turns, because he doesn't really do anything to help his allies get more turns. It's just for him. He does do the increased speed buff, which is going to be basically permanently with the speed and accuracy. That's super nice. But the turns themselves, he's not like boosting ally turn meter really, besides like the speed buff or like lowering cooldowns or helping your other teammates cycle. Like his A1 is just going to fill his turn meter. Like if some of this stuff was the whole team, I think that would be really, really interesting. But as of right now, I'd say my first reaction to his base stats are a little bit squishy. I mean, maybe a little bit disappointing. I hope he hits hard, and I hope he can really crank out some damage by snowballing all of these turns. And also, the epic that we're going to be fusing into Razelvarg is this champion right here. If I remember from the news post that Plarium put out about the fusion and the little infographic on there. So, okay, I'm going to react to this just live here. HP, one enemy 2 times. Each heal this champion. Also place a poison. That's fun. AoE, decrease attack, scales the HP, 3 turn cooldown, okay, and then a continuous heal on all allies and a shield. on all allies. 4-turn cooldown. That's unfortunate. Passive, 30% chance of counterattack whenever a lizard champion is attacked. So could be fun for faction wars, definitely. Yeah, definitely designed for faction crypts. You can kind of tell with the passive that works with all of the wizard men. So I think this will be fun for some of those early to mid-game accounts that haven't finished Faction Wars yet. Also, if I remember right, the Wizardmen go up against the red boss, which is the one that hits super hard, and you want to build for a bunch of HP to try and 3-star that content. So I do think this epic will be very solid for progression in Faction Wars, but do I think this is some like god tier meta type epic that you just don't want to miss out on and you would want to skip the fusion for or something? No, but I do think this is a pretty solid epic. And while we're on the test server here, really quick today, is there anything else noteworthy jumping off the page? We've got a Void Lego right here, an HP1 sweep, so good for the Sand Devils Necropolis. Champion by tournament 15. Okay, cool. Decrease speed, leech, heal, nice. Block debuffs and a revive on death. Oh, remember that was good for the Sand Devils Necropolis. Okay, so this Void Lego could be fun for Sand Devils at least. 30% chance of completely blocking incoming damage. The first hit of an attack. Okay, so of completely blocking, so that's just on her. Incoming damage on the first hit of an attack occurs once per turn. So, okay, could be fun. And then HP in dungeons. I think what's jumping out to me about this champion, this new Void Lego, Claydna. I am just the worst person you'll ever meet when it comes to trying to pronounce these names. Claydna. I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me. I'm sorry. I understand that I'm awful at that, but okay. At least looks like it has a role in the game. I don't know this is gonna be a super highly ranked Void Lego outside of Sand Devils Necropolis though. And then the other ones I'm seeing is like new rares and provoke, ally protect, not bad for a rare. And then that epic that we already talked about, that was pretty decent. And then the Razelvarg that I'm going to need to jump in and try to test the multipliers as soon as I can figure out all my tech issues that I got to deal with today and troubleshooting my PC. So, okay, let's get back over to my main account. So, okay, here we are back on the main account. And obviously right now, we already talked about it a little bit, but there is a CVC going on. And I want to show you something super fun that we've been working on for a while to add to the website. We've got a CVC calculator here that you can kind of play around with. I'll link to it down below. You can just kind of go through and try to get a feel for how many points you're going to get. Like today, I'm going to claim Supreme Elhain and I'm going to book her. So what I can do is I can go under champion objectives and I'm going to get a legendary champion that is also going to be a new legendary champion. And then I'm going to upgrade her skills. I believe Supreme Elhain takes 11 books, right? I think it's 11. So 11 books would be 63,000 points. And right now, I'm just kind of first getting to my PC, so you can see my CVC points is basically nothing. So let's go claim Elhain and book her, and let's see if it is accurate at all. So let's go through Supreme Elhain, and boom, we are adding her to our account, and then I'm going to book her up, and we'll see if I have, what did it say, 63,000 points. Yep, so there's the 30. You get the 20k for being a new legendary, and you get the 10k for acquiring a legendary, I believe is how it works. Now let's go upgrade Supreme Elhain's books. Okay, boom, and there is 18k. And then there is 15k. Yeah, and it was 11 total books. So now let's go see what our CVC contribution is. And boom, would you look at that, 63,000, and right there, the CVC calculator said we would get 63,000. So yeah, we're always trying to work on fun things to put on the site, and this is going to be a rough draft version, so there may be a number offs here or there. Definitely feel free to let me know in the comment section or on Discord or DM me or whatever, and I will make sure and take care of it if there's anything that's off or not functioning properly. But one thing that I do want to note for CVC is maybe be careful if there's ever super raids that are live during CVC when it comes to dungeons. You can do super raids and faction wars and like Doom Tower bosses, but if it's like the Fire Knight, for example, right here, it says 2x objectives for Fire Knight. If there is a super raid, we don't get credit for that in CVC. So if you're worried about your CVC contribution, be careful with the dungeon super raids. I hope Plarium kind of does that differently at some point because it's always super confusing every time there's a CVC. Also, speaking of clan stuff going on, you do want to jump in and take some clan quests because those reset today. And then also in the clan boss section, your Hydra is going to be resetting here at the end of the day as well. So you want to run your keys today if you are at a spot on your account where you do the Hydra. Now, When we start talking about tournaments and events, you do want to pull 20 mystery shards today to get your 20 points. It'll say today you have earned right here. You want to show that as 20 out of 20 to scoop up and double dip a little bit of easy resources to get there, and do that every day while that's live. And then also there is a special Fire Night tournament that is at least interesting. So you can see over on the right, we get an ancient shard, and then we get some days of XP, and then we also get a little bit of the essence. Now it is super low. It's not like 50 or something. But if you're looking for somewhere to spend your energy here in the next couple days, I would say that that would be a decent route to go to put together a Fire Night team with Demon Spawn, Undead, Dark Elves, and Knight Revenant. There's some good champions in there. I'll have to see what I can do here on my main account, and maybe I'll upload a video here later this afternoon talking about the Fire Night tournament for those of you that are thinking about running it for the guaranteed rewards over on the right. And then, is there anything worth talking about in the shop? So, Dungeon Divers, multi-battle pack's decent. I missed the 101% mini mixes. That's not super great in my opinion. The pack string, it has 20 for 30, and then it is a sacred, so that's not going to be good. The blooming pack is decent. It's like a 1.24 or something. It's not amazing, but it's decent. The soulstone pack, so they've been doing the soulstones in like 2 different tiers. This is the worst tier of the prices they've been doing, so I personally wouldn't buy them or recommend them at that price. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not really seeing anything super noteworthy in the shop. Hopefully, as we get closer to the fusion, we start to see some better options here in the shop as the week progresses. So there we have it. Good luck in CVC. Sorry, this video was a little bit later than usual. I had to start over and do it again and do all sort of tech troubleshooting and rush to get a different camera plugged in and connected to my setup here and all of that. So I get to do tech support stuff all day today. And if you have any idea of why a new camera would cause my PC to hard lock, I would love to hear your input on that as well. So I'll have to see if I can ever use my my new camera and get it working here by the next time you see me kind of tomorrow recording stuff. So yeah, anyway, I appreciate you. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I'll see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.